Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I want to talk about American politics, and I want to talk about Tim Walz's fantastic performance in the VP debate, the 2024 vice presidential debate, and how he really spoke truth about an incredibly important moment in history. So I want to talk about Tim Walz. I really want Tim Walz for president, but I'm not going to vote. I would not ever vote Kamala Tim. I couldn't do it. There's no way, right? And the reason why is I would love a 4 years of presidents, 4 years of presidency as Tim Walz, right? And but I could not possibly stomach one day as uh, I can't. I could never vote to make Kamala Harris president for even for a single day. The ruin that is visited upon America every single day of her current presidency, and I believe she's been president since 2020 to 2024. I could never vote to extend that for even a single day, right? And also, I don't want to be hoping for a situation where, Kamala Tim ticket is voted in, and now every day I'm like, is it right to pray for a president to be removed from the presidency? I don't think that's right. Nah, I don't even want to have to ask that question, right? It's just because every day Kamala Harris would be in, I'd be like, we know political violence is wrong. That cannot be used to remove her. Is there any other way to get her out of the presidency and get the president we deserve, which would be Tim Walz? And I just think it would be cruel to me to be in that situation. I'm very confident I would be. I'd be vexed every day. I'd be like, what is a kind and tolerant way to make sure that Kamala Harris is removed from the presidency? And I just don't want to be in that situation. I don't want to. That's terrible, right? So that would be terrible for anyone. But why do I want Tim Walz as president? Well, he's a real one, right? So John Bernthal he's on The Bear, and he was on The Walking Dead. He played the Punisher, the Marvel Punisher. He has a podcast called The Real Ones, right? And I know exactly what he means. I know exactly what he means by that, by the real ones. And he's saying like a genuine person, someone who is genuinely like a real American who loves America and loves Americans. I really believe Tim Walz, he's a real one. He loves America. He, like, when he salutes the flag, he's not thinking about something else. He genuinely loves our flag. He loves our country, and he loves every American. I couldn't say a single one of those things for Kamala Harris. Dyed-in-the-wool globalist. Don't believe she cares one iota for our flag. Dyed-in-the-wool self-ambition. I don't think she cares about this nation. I think she'd be happy to be like, oh, we're just a member of the UN. It doesn't matter that we're America. She is America last. She is America last. She is America last. Kamala first, right? And I don't believe she cares for a single American except her husband Doug. And I don't think she cares about him as an American. She cares about him because he is her husband. And so that's where we land, right? But that's not the case with Tim Walz. Tim Walz is a really genuine American who's the real deal, a real one, right? And I've seen this in many ways since he came on the scene. He's a genuine dude, right? But it doesn't matter because he's trapped behind Kamala Harris. However, I did want to talk about this today. The reason, I think what really solidified Tim Walz as my actual wanted president of these candidates, I would much prefer him over Trump, but I will never vote for him because I don't want to spend every day like hoping and praying that Kamala Harris is removed from the presidency. That does not seem like wise, right? Or healthy, right? So I can't do that, right? But what really blew me away was they asked him this question. They were like, hey, blah, 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 Gaza, blah, 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 Israel, blah, 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 some, ridiculous question. And, their questions are horrible, right? But it was about Israel's current war, right? And they said, hey, what do you think, right? And and this whole thing was like, where do you stand? Kamala has really been very hard trying to say, I'm not like Biden, I don't support Israel, I support Hamas. And she's like, really, like, I support Hamas. Let me get you the message. I support Hamas. I really want Israel to be down, right? I support Hamas. She says it every day in 15 different ways, right? I'm not Biden. I don't support Israel. I support Hamas, right? Like, like she's like really clear about it, right? And frankly, I think it's why she didn't choose the Pennsylvania governor, because he's an identified Jewish person, right? And that's why she went with Tim Walz, right? So basically, here's what Tim Walz said to this Israel question in the debate, which is astonishing. And I don't remember the question because that's not worth remembering. Not a single question they asked had not been asked already and had any innovation or any spirit or any genuine concern for getting information, right? The questions in every debate have been complete garbage, right? Just complete garbage. But Tim Walz's answer was 100% worth remembering, and I do remember. And let me tell you right now what he said. He said this. He said, well, we have to remember where this started. On October 7th, 2023. I'm injecting this part. A year ago, Kamala Harris let this war burn for a year and did nothing to support Israel as they were under constant attack by Iran proxies. Okay? And did nothing, right? So let me keep going. He said, we have to remember that on October 7th, 2023, Israel was attacked by Hamas terrorists. He used the word. He said terrorists. He didn't couch it. He didn't say, I applaud you and I celebrate you, like Kamala Harris is saying, right? He said terrorists. Hamas terrorists, right? Massacred over 1,400 Israelis and took prisoners. That's an incredible statement. In that moment, I knew Tim Walz knew the truth, could see truth, and could be dedicated to truth, and could have the courage to state it, which Kamala has neither the will nor the capability to say the truth about. Actually, she has the capability to say the truth about Israel, and I think she even knows it. She won't say it because it's not politically advantageous to her, and she is going to get it. She's going to get a virtual kick in the teeth from left side that really wanted her to support Hamas. I'm telling you, like, so. But the last thing is, every word he said was right except one. He said prisoners. I think, it was in the moment. There's a lot of questions. They didn't take prisoners. They took hostages. Okay? You understand that word? That's an important word, right? Hostages. Not prisoners of war. They took hostages and then they killed them on the land Hamas was on. That is, if any country in the world sent a single rocket into America, every single inch of their land would be turned to glass. No one would live there for 7 years. And after 7 years, America would crack the glass, split up the land, and give it to Americans for free. So Israel's response to what happened was completely justified. Every single thing they've done, in my humble opinion, has been completely justified. And far more kinder and tolerant than America's response would be. We would turn every inch of the nation's land that bombed us, into glass. You would be able to. It would be like a reflecting pool, right? Day one, it would happen. Day one, and it would happen without nukes. Right? We just use our conventional bombs. We could do that with conventional bombs, right? And then literally, it's just, yeah. Tim Walz is a real one. Tim Walz speaks truth. He knows the truth. He's willing to say it. And that takes incredible courage today. Kamala Harris cannot be president. Do not vote for her. Do not vote for her. We need to be able to buy milk. We need to be able to buy houses. Voting in Donald Trump guarantees that. That's where we need to head, in my humble opinion. Every single word you just heard is my humble opinion. The important part is when I get to hear your humble opinion, when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.